This session will help you understand the provisions in Export Promotion Capital Goods Scheme. In past, Indian exporters used to face a lot of problems in exporting their product as their products were not competitive in the international market due to issues related to quality and price. To overcome this problem, Government of India introduced Export Promotion Capital Goods Scheme, under which capital goods could be imported at 0% import duty. Objective of EPCG scheme is to allow import of capital goods for pre-production, production, and post-production purpose at 0% custom duty. Manufacturer exporter with or without supporting manufacturers, merchant exporters tied to supporting manufacturers, service providers, common service providers in town of export excellence are eligible to import capital goods under EPCG scheme. Import of capital good is also permitted for project imports. Project imports are the imports of machinery, instruments, apparatus, etc., required for initial setting up of a new unit or for expansion of an existing unit. Some other terms which needs explanation are merchant exporter, town of export excellence, and common service provider. So merchant exporters are the exporters who are engaged in trading of goods. Town of export excellence are area or clusters that realizes an annual export turnover of rupees 1,000 crores or more. For town of export excellence in handloom, handicraft, agriculture, and fisheries sector, the threshold limit is 150 crores. Example of town of export excellence is Surat, which is a town of export excellence in gems and jewelry sector. Common service providers in town of export excellence are the one which provide common services to manufacturers. For example, in apparel sector, common service providers provide services such as dyeing, knitting, and embroidery, etc. to the exporters. Capital goods, including the ones in CKD or SKD condition, can be imported under EPCG scheme. Computer system and software, which are part of the capital goods, spares, molds, dies, jigs, fixtures, tools and refractories, and catalyst are also some of the items that can be imported under EPCG scheme. Under EPCG scheme, capital goods are imported under actual user condition, which means that companies availing this scheme must use the capital goods themselves for manufacturing the goods which can be further exported from India. Exporter importing capital good under EPCG scheme also have some export obligation. Thus, the exporter has obligation to export products or services manufactured using the capital goods imported under EPCG scheme. The export obligation is 6 times the amount of duty saved, which has to be fulfilled over a period of 6 years. For example, if cost of capital goods is 1 crores and duty saved is 10 lakhs, the export obligation will be 60 lakh, which has to be achieved over a period of 6 years. After availing benefits under EPCG scheme, the exporter also have to discharge his export obligation. So export obligation shall be fulfilled by the authorization holder through export of goods manufactured by him or his supporting manufacturer using the capital goods imported under the scheme. Same is applicable for the services sector as well. Export obligation has to be over and above the average level of export achieved in last 3 licensing years for the same and similar product. For example, if average export of the exporter in last 3 years is 6 crores, then after importing capital goods under EPCG scheme, his export should be over and above 6 crores per year. Export obligation can also be discharged through shipment under advance authorization, DFIA, drawback scheme, or rewards under Chapter 3 of Foreign Trade Policy of India. EU can also be fulfilled by supply of ITA-1 items to DTA, provided realization is in free foreign exchange. ITA1 refers to all the items which are part of Information Technology Agreement under WTO. Payment received in rupee terms for such services as notified in Appendix 5D of Foreign Trade Policy are also eligible for discharging export obligation. Royalty payments received by the authorization holder in freely convertible currency and foreign exchange received for research and development services can also be utilized for discharging the export obligation. Under EPCG scheme, there also is a provision for indigenous sourcing of capital goods, which means that the exporter can source the capital good from the domestic manufacturer. The domestic manufacturer shall be eligible for deemed export benefits, and for the exporter, the export obligation will be 25% less than the export obligation. Under EPCG scheme, there also are incentives for early fulfillment of export obligation. If the authorization holder has fulfilled 75% or more of specific export obligation and 100% of average export obligation till date in half or less than half the original export obligation period specified, remaining export obligation shall be condoned. As shared earlier, under EPCG scheme, the export obligation has to be fulfilled over a period of 6 years. But in case if after 3 years of importing capital good under EPCG scheme, if the total exports is 6 crores plus 6 crores plus 6 crores plus 45 lakh, then the remaining export obligation will be condoned, where 6 crores is annual exports and 45 lakh is 75% of total export obligation. Under the scheme, there also is reduced export obligation for companies into green technology product. So for exporters of green technology product, export obligation shall be 75% of actual export obligation. So if actual export obligation is 60 lakhs, for exporters of green technology product, the export obligation will only be 45 lakh, which is 75% of actual export obligation. For the units located in Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim, Tripura, and Jammu and Kashmir, the specific export obligation shall be 25% of the actual export obligation. So if actual export obligation is 60 lakhs, then for the units located in states specified above, the export obligation will only be 15 lakh, which is 25% of actual export obligation. Under EPCG scheme, there also is a provision for post-exports EPCG duty credit scrip, which means that for exporters who import capital goods after payment of applicable duties, taxes, and cess in cash, then in that case, the basic custom duty paid by the exporter shall be remitted to him in form of freely transferable duty credit scrips. I hope after watching this video, you have got a basic understanding of salient features of Export Promotion Capital Goods Scheme. In case of any query, you can reach me at alkamya@gmail.com. Thank you.